We know Bridgerton Season 3 is coming, but what will be in it? That's a good question, and after 2 seasons now, it's not something that you can just guarantee to know, even if you've read the books. Granted, Season 1 was a much bigger and more talked about season than Season 2, but that doesn't mean that Season 3 won't turn up the heat in its own way. There are still a lot of unique ways that things can go with these characters, their relationships, and more. So given how Season 2 ended, let's talk about what Season 3 might entail for long-term and new fans. 7. Season 2 endings and teases. The Season 2 finale, which was released in March 2022, ended with Anthony and Kate finally accepting their strong feelings for one another. After the older Sharma sister accepted his proposal, the couple happily enjoyed the next chapter in their lives, which included another iconic game of Pall Mall. According to the Julia Quinn books that inspired that hit Netflix series, the second eldest Bridgerton brother would be up next. Ahead of the Season 2 premiere, Luke Thompson opened up about the pros that come with shifting the focus every season. I think the advantage of having a series where you switch the leads like that every season is brilliant because it gives a whole new breath of fresh air. We've got a whole new family in there. Even just the feel of the show, it goes somewhere different, which is so fun to share, he told The Wrap in March 2022. The UK native noted that he didn't ask too much about his character's storyline before filming his scenes. You don't have too much of an inkling, and actually, in a strange kind of way, as an actor, you don't really want too much of an inkling because if you do, if you know exactly where you're going, you can end up doing an awful lot of signposting and explaining your journey through things rather than actually just living it, he explained at the time. I think actually, in a strange kind of way, as in life, we don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. It's sort of better to not know too much. 6. Benedict in Season 2. During Season 2, viewers got to see Benedict helping out his older brother amid Anthony's struggles with his love life. When you're siblings, I guess you're sort of made of the same stuff. You have huge similarities, which simultaneously makes you a really good person to confide in, but also sort of the worst person because you're too similar. The club alum added about the siblings. And so actually, I think what's lovely about their relationship is that in all of those scenes, you sort of feel like the needling and this sort of teasing is actually their sort of way of understanding each other and themselves. Benedict, for his part, found himself confused when it came to his identity as an artist after being accepted into the Royal Academy. The second season ended with Benedict discovering that Anthony paid for him to join the school, which called their future dynamic into question. It's really fun to play because it's very complex, Thompson said about the ups and downs between the duo. It's very difficult to get a hold of, and it's not a straightforward relationship. And that also makes it a lot of fun to watch, I think, because they don't let each other off the hook. That same month, executive producer Shonda Rhimes hinted that there may be a story shakeup. There's 8 Bridgerton siblings, so there are 8 books. We are definitely planning on following each one of their romantic stories, she shared during an interview with Entertainment Tonight. We are not necessarily going in order, but we are going to be seeing each of the siblings and their story. 5. The fourth in the third? In May 2022, Nicola Cowlin confirmed that the romance in the 4th novel between Colin Bridgerton, Luke Newton, and Penelope Featherington will be the focus of Season 3. At the same time, new showrunner Jess Brownell, who is taking over for Chris Van Dusen, broke down the reason behind the decision. I really feel like it's Colin and Penelope's time, because we've been watching both of these actors on our screen since Season 1, we've already invested in them a little bit, we know who they are as people, she told Variety that same month. I feel like, especially in the last season, there are these moments of tension between them where it's like Colin walks up to the line of almost realizing that Penelope has feelings for him but doesn't quite get there. Instead of treading on water on that dynamic, we wanted to push it into their season. It felt really like the perfect moment to tee it up. During an interview with Variety in June 2022, Colin addressed whether Penelope and Colin's romance will be super steamy or more of a slow burn. I think because we've had 2 seasons of build-up, it's probably going to be the former. I haven't read the scripts. I've just been given an overview, she said at the same time. Francesca's books is like a complete mix of the both, steamy and tortured. Dodd told Page 6 in June 2022 about preparing for her future season. I'm like a massive fan of Bridgerton, so I'm like, bring on the steaminess. But then I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want it for the people who watch it, but to actually do it is quite scary. At the same time, the newcomer noted that she was getting ready to start filming Season 3 in a few weeks. 4. Love and lovemaking. After confirming in May 2022 that Season 3's central couple will be Penelope and Colin, the Irish actress told Access Hollywood that she's been mentally prepping for the love story for a long time. Colin hinted that the idea of filming NSFW scenes was intimidating, but she was glad to have Newton by her side. "He's so great," she gushed. "I'm excited that it's the two of us on this journey together, friends to lovers." After toning down the show's steamy scenes in Season 2, Brownell hinted that Colin's story will feature less darkness for the lead to work through, leaving room for more laughter and love scenes. "I think of Colin and Pen as being characters who bring a lot of comedy to the show, so I think we're gonna get to play a lot of that this season," the former Scandal writer said in May 2022. "But I want to balance that out with quite a bit of sexiness and romance. I think that's so important to the show. We'll get the chance to go deeper with them and push them to more serious sides and see what that looks like, so you'll be seeing new levels." 3. Penelope's struggles. Even though Penelope's relationship with her body was a large part of the 4th book, Brownell told Variety that that won't be the focus of Season 3. "We think that Penelope is beautiful, and I don't think it's really a part of her story," she explained in May 2022. "Her being a wallflower in our show, I think, is about her level of confidence more than it is about her outward appearance. So I think that's more what we're playing with this season." 2. The family that returns. The Bridgerton family will continue to appear in Season 3. Violet Bridgerton, Ruth Gemmell, Colin, Eloise Bridgerton, Claudia Jessie, Hyacinth Bridgerton, Florence Hunt, and Gregory Bridgerton, Will Tilston, have all appeared in every season so far. Penelope, Queen Charlotte, Golda Rocheville, Lady Danbury, Adjoa Ando, and the rest of the Featherington family are also expected to return. Bailey has confirmed that Anthony will come back following his marriage to Kate. Daphne Bridgerton, Phoebe Dynevor will also continue to make appearances throughout Season 3. 1. Simone Ashley will be back. Ashley promised that Kate and Anthony will have an arc as newlyweds in the 3rd season. "Yes, there will be a post-marriage Canthony story for sure," she told E! News in March 2022. "And I'm super excited for the world to watch Nicola, Colin, and Luke Newton rock it, but also just to play with the Anthony and Kate story now that they're loved up and they've kind of sorted themselves out. This means that they won't have the same departure feel of Reggie Jean from Season 1, which will make many fans happy, no doubt." So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Bridgerton Season 3 and all that is likely to happen in it? What do you personally hope happens with the characters and the relationships that they're having? Do you think that we are due for some really big twists that might turn everything on its head? Or will things continue on the path they've been on before? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.